There's a career path almost no one talks about. It's not on influencer reels. It's not taught in schools. And yet, some of the most financially secure, high-income individuals you'll never meet are making their money doing just one thing. They know how to mind other people's business for a living. I'm talking about licensed private investigators. Real ones. Not the trench coat and fedora fantasy. I'm talking about the professionals who track insurance fraud, dig up background dirt before lawsuits, follow cheating spouses for cash, and charge hundreds per hour to do work most people wouldn't know how to start. And before you brush this off as a niche job only for former cops or FBI agents, let me be clear. Anyone willing to learn the process, earn their license, and develop the skill can become a private investigator. And not just any PI. A six-figure earner. Even a business owner. This isn't a theory. It's a real opportunity. And it's more accessible than you think. Let's talk about what licensed private investigators actually do. At the core, they're hired to uncover truth. That might mean confirming an insurance claim is fraudulent, tracking down a missing person, or documenting evidence in a messy divorce case. Some are hired by lawyers. Some work for insurance companies. Others work directly with private clients who are desperate for answers. Here's the part most people miss. The demand is constant. Because in a world full of lies, surveillance is job security. Now let's get into the money. A licensed private investigator, just starting out, might earn between $40,000 and $55,000 a year working under a larger agency. But within a few years, especially with specialization, it's not uncommon to make $80,000 to $120,000 annually. The top-tier investigators, the ones who work for law firms or corporations, or who own their own agency, they're pulling in $200,000 to $300,000 and up. What makes the difference? Niche, professionalism, and credibility. You don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to be good at solving problems quietly, legally, and consistently. And most importantly, you have to be licensed. So how do you get licensed? The process depends on the state you're in, but here's the universal roadmap. First, you'll need to be at least 18 years old, 21 in some states, and pass a criminal background check. A felony can disqualify you, but it varies. Some states allow waivers for older offenses or minor charges, especially if you can prove rehabilitation or additional training. Next is experience. In most states, you'll need 2 to 5 years of investigative experience. That might mean working in law enforcement, the military, private security, or as an apprentice under a licensed PI. But here's where it gets interesting. Several states will let you bypass the experience requirement if you complete a state-approved private investigator training program. That training is often online, costs between $200 and $600, and can be completed in a matter of weeks. These programs cover everything from surveillance techniques to legal procedures, ethics, report writing, and evidence handling. Once you've completed the training or documented your experience, you'll need to pass your state's licensing exam if one is required. That test usually costs around $100 and includes questions on local laws, privacy rights, and investigative best practices. Then comes the formal application. Expect to pay a licensing fee between $100 and $400. You'll also need to show proof of a surety bond, typically $5,000 to $10,000, which protects your clients. And you'll likely need to carry liability insurance, which can cost anywhere from $300 to $1,500 annually depending on your coverage. All in, if you're starting from zero and live in a state with no experience requirement, you can be fully trained, licensed, bonded, and insured for less than $2,000. That means for less than the cost of one semester at a community college, you could become a legally operating, income-producing private investigator. But let's go deeper. Once you're licensed, you need work. The fastest way to start is to subcontract under a larger PI agency. They already have clients and will pay you hourly to run assignments. This is where you'll sharpen your skills, build a reputation, and learn what niche fits you best. If you want to grow quickly and hit 6 figures, you'll need to specialize. Let's say you choose infidelity cases. These are emotional, high-drama situations, and people will pay top dollar to know the truth. That means surveillance, photos, videos, and detailed reports. Rates range from $75 to $150 per hour, and jobs often last for days. Or maybe you get into insurance fraud. This is where serious money lives. You'll work with insurance companies to prove whether claimants are lying. That could mean following someone who says they're too injured to work, only to catch them weightlifting at the gym. Insurance fraud investigators routinely charge $85 to $200 an hour. Another option is legal investigation. Lawyers need documentation, scene reconstruction, and witness interviews. Many of them keep trusted PIs on retainer to assist in criminal defense or civil litigation. And that's where you build relationships that last for years. If you're more tech-savvy, cyber investigations are emerging fast. Identity theft, online harassment, social media tracing. It all pays well, especially if you pick up digital forensics certifications down the line. The boldest move? Starting your own agency. If you've got a few years of experience and the discipline to lead, you can build your own team, hire contractors, and set your own rates. Most states allow you to open an agency after holding a license for a specific time, often 2 to 5 years. You'll need a business license, a separate agency license in some cases, and stronger insurance coverage. But the upside? Full control of your earnings. And the ability to scale. Your agency can specialize. You can charge premium rates. You can build a client list that pays monthly retainers. You can train new investigators and take a cut of the cases they work. You go from technician to entrepreneur. And if you're wondering whether it's saturated, the answer is no. Most people don't even realize this is a career path, which means you'll face less competition, higher trust from clients, and more pricing power if you show up professional and discreet. Here's the bottom line. Being a private investigator is one of the few jobs left in America where curiosity pays, discretion matters, and nobody cares about your degree. They just care about results. You can start in less than a year. You can earn over 6 figures. You can build your own agency. And you can do it without needing anyone's permission but the state you live in. If you've ever been the person who notices what others miss, who digs a little deeper, who asks the second question when others stop at the first, this path might be your gold mine. The world will always have secrets, and the people who get paid the most are the ones who know how to find them.